Hi guys, these are the defensive responsibilities for hits to right and right center. The first situation is a single to right field, no runners on, so the bases are empty. Right fielder fields the ball, center fielder backs up the right fielder in case the right fielder misses it. First baseman stays at first. The second baseman hustles out and is going to act as the cutoff. Shortstop covers second. The pitcher is going to hang out behind the mound, look for any errant throws. The left fielder needs to hustle and back up second base. Third baseman covers third and again looks for any errant throws, and the catcher stays home. A single to right with first or first and third. The right fielder fields the ball. Center fielder hustles over behind the right fielder. Second baseman goes out and acts as the cutoff. Shortstop covers second. Third baseman covers third. Catcher stays home. The pitcher and the left fielder are responsible for the backup of third base. The left fielder also needs to look for a wild throw to the shortstop covering second. So they kind of hang out between second and third there, looking for any errant throws. A single to right with runners on first and second, or the bases loaded. So a runner at second base at least. The right fielder fields the ball. The second baseman goes out and acts as a cutoff. Center fielder is going to back up the right fielder. Shortstop covers second. Third base covers third. Catcher stays home. Pitcher is going to hustle back and back up the catcher. Left fielder is going to back up second base. But most importantly, the first baseman is going to act as our cutoff for home. So he would receive a throw from the right fielder towards home, lines himself up, and the catcher then will tell the first baseman to either cut and what bag to throw to, or let the ball go through and have a play at home plate. Extra bases. An extra base hit down the right field line with nobody on. Right fielder has to hustle over and get the ball. First baseman is going to stay at home. Second baseman runs out and acts as the cutoff. Center fielder hustling over to help out the right fielder. Shortstop covering second. Third baseman covering third. Catcher staying home. The pitcher is going to back up third base, and the left fielder is going to look between backing up second or third base. The object is to get the ball in to the second baseman quickly and look for where the next play is going to be made. If there's an extra base hit to the right field gap, so the right center gap, but there's no one on, center fielder and right fielder need to hustle after the ball. The second baseman will run out and act as the cutoff. Shortstop will cover second. First baseman stays at first. Catcher stays at home. Third baseman stays at third. The pitcher is going to act as a backup of third base. The left fielder will back up third base and second base depending on where the throw is going. So the left fielder kind of needs to look where the play is going to be made and act as a backup in that left field area. If there's an extra base hit down the right field line and there's runners on, the right fielder needs to hustle after the ball. The second baseman is going to run out and act as the first cutoff man. Shortstop will cover second. Center fielder also hustling over to back up the right fielder. The catcher will stay at home. The pitcher will come down the line between third and home and see where the play is going to be made and act as a backup at that base, either third base or home. Our first baseman is going to act as our cutoff to home. So the relay from either the right fielder or from the second baseman is going to go to the first baseman, and the catcher will determine whether to let the ball go through and have a play at the plate or tell the first baseman to cut and what base to throw to. An extra base to the right field gap. Center fielder and right fielder will go after it, and this is with runners on. Center fielder and right fielder will go after it. Second baseman will hustle out and act as the first relay. Shortstop covers second. The first baseman again will be our cutoff to home, so he'll line up just outside the pitcher's mound and look for a relay from the right or center fielder or from the second baseman. And the catcher again will determine whether to let the ball go through or cut it and which base to go to. The pitcher, in the meantime, is hustled down in between third and home and is looking to where the plays are going to be, so he can either back up third or home. The left fielder is going to back up third, and the third baseman just stays home and looks for a play at third. A pop shallow to right. The right fielder, second baseman, and first baseman all need to go out and try to get it. Center fielder is just a backup. Shortstop is going to cover second. Third baseman stays at home, covering third base. Catcher stays home, covers the plate. Left fielder, again, is looking for throws to either the second base or third base and is a backup to those two bases. The only difference on this is the pitcher needs to remember he's not a backup to third or home, but rather is going to run over and cover first base because the first baseman is leaving his bag to go and try to catch the pop-up, and the pitcher needs to run over towards first and be the first baseman in that situation. You can see the different scenarios listed here. Again, it looks like a lot, but if you look at it, the catcher, the third baseman, the shortstop, the left fielder, and the right fielder, any hit to right or right center, they have the same job. The pitcher really needs to remember that a pop to shallow right, instead of being a backup to third base or home, he's really got to cover first base. The first baseman, his three most important things are the cutoff to home, and that's any single to right with a runner at second, or any extra bases down the right field line or in the center field gap with runners on. He's going to act as our cutoff to home. The second baseman has the same job. He's the cutoff for the right fielder, except for a pop shallow to right. He's got to go get the ball. And then the center fielder is really a backup to right. He's hustling behind him in case the right fielder misses it on everything except for the center gap and with runners on or empty. He needs to hustle after the ball also. So even though it looks like, again, it looks like a lot of things, different coverages, a lot of the jobs are the same anytime there's a hit to right or right center. Take a look at your positions, what you play, learn those situations, go over the slides, and see if you can get an understanding as to where your responsibilities are on any hit to right field. Thanks.